I'm Lauren Whitehurst. I'm a certified personal trainer and certified nutrition coach.
Hi, I'm Sunny Lippincott. I'm a certified professional life coach and a certified brain health professional.
We also have Angela Salyers, who is a licensed professional counselor, and the three of us together make up
Whole Life Vitality.
We teach whole life vitality of the mind, body, and soul, bringing the physical, emotional, and spiritual together for whole life wellness. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome.
We are here today to talk to you about resiliency.
Resiliency.
What does that even mean?
Oh, man.
Resiliency. It's a big word.
It is. Yeah. And I have a 6-year-old, so I'm used to trying, that's when they ask you questions. What does that mean? And you have that moment of,
oh my gosh, we're like, oh, dang it.
I do know what this means, but how do I define it?
When your child says, Mom, how do you spell? And you're like, oh no. Why don't I have Google in my head?
Yeah, thanks a lot, iPhones. Resiliency. That's the ability to bounce back.
Ah, okay.
From
being a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
One of those giant bouncy balls.
So, how are you going to bounce back from setbacks?
Okay.
From things that, come up in your life and from difficulties and from traumas and from hurts and pains and disappointments.
Yep.
We
life.
Yeah.
Because life is ups and downs.
It is.
I mean, you would never have the peaks if you didn't have the valleys. You have to have the ups and the downs in your life. So
you're not a robot.
That's right.
You're going to experience all the emotions.
Physically and emotionally.
Yes.
Think about what your body goes through over the course of a lifetime, and ups and downs. And everyone I hear all the time, I just want to get back to ... Insert here.
The good old days.
Insert here. I want to get back to a particular weight. I want to get back to a particular size. I want my body to look like it did when I was insert here. And what I've told people is there is no going back.
No.
You will never be the same again. And thank goodness for that. Because let me tell you, I don't want to be the same as I was when I was 20.
Oh, man. That was a really difficult time. It was really difficult. Now, do I love the energy that I had at 20? Yeah.
You didn't know.
But I was miserable then. I was miserable. And I think, why was I so miserable?
I think that energy is one of those things where it's like quality versus quantity.
Yeah.
Maybe we had a lot of it when we were younger, maybe in our teens or 20s, but we didn't really know how to utilize it in the best way.
Yeah, this is very true because we made really poor choices in the 20s when you stay out really late.
We spent our energy banks really frivolously.
Really late, sleeping in really late, eating a lot of things that we shouldn't, ingesting, drinking, lots of things. It was just a whole bad time.
Yep.
So yeah.
So maybe not that.
We remember the good. Your brains kind of do that. They cut off the
Which
really
is
bad.
kind of
they remember
nice.
the good. It's kind of nice, but let me tell you, you were miserable. You were miserable.
There were certain aspects of it for sure. You probably had some good times, but definitely certain aspects of it that I would not want to relive. So now here we are in our present moment, not frivolously spending our energy trying to be intentional about how we live our lives.
Yeah.
And bad things still happen.
Yeah. On Friday nights, you can find me putting a puzzle together, watching my big fat Greek wedding. And you know what? I still have difficult times. And that might sound really boring to some of you, but
it sounds lovely.
Ideal for me. But
I love it.
Still have difficult times. And I wanted to talk today because I was having a conversation with someone that I love, who is going through a really difficult time right now. Because difficult time exists. Okay, they really do exist. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They do. But I was, offering ways, to help and just letting them know, hey, I'm here to help. I'm a life coach.
Yeah.
You can utilize me. I'm here to help you. And their response back to me kind of it really hit me because they said, we live in the South. We live in South Alabama. We have hurricanes here.
Yep.
If you've never experienced a hurricane,
Real big storm, lots of flooding.
lots of flooding, lots of wind, lots
Yep.
of rain, lots of destruction.
Yes.
We have them.
Catastrophic.
And they said, the time to prevent a hurricane is not in the middle of the hurricane. I've really got to get through this situation before I start working on ways to prevent it in the future. And
Can you prevent an act of God?
that's
Is that a thing?
It's
I mean,
not.
I understand preparing for the hurricane, but preventing is I don't think we can prevent the
No.
bad things that happen.
And that's
in
where
our lives.
it really hit me. Most people come from that standpoint and from that mindset. And I try to very lovingly say, as a life coach and as a health coach, we don't teach prevention because I always preface my coaching with saying, I can't prevent bad things from happening. I can't prevent the disappointments. I can't prevent the sadness. I can't prevent what other people say to you and how they, I can't, how their actions, I can't prevent that. But what I can help with is resiliency.
Yeah, how you handle those things that happen,
Absolutely.
the way that you interpret them and then live through them.
Yes, because you can't control the things that happen. You can't control the hurricanes, but you can 100% control your reaction. And, I kind of gave them the example, sandbags, and to prevent flooding from coming in your house, you can get sandbags. And a lot of businesses you'll see on, if there's a hurricane coming, you turn on the weather channel, you'll see them like putting
Yep.
up sandbags to keep the water out. I said, if you have sandbags near your home and there's a hurricane, go get the sandbags.
Even if it's already raining.
Even if it's already
you
raining,
can go get the sandbags.
you can help.
Even if you're already flooding, even if there's water in your home already, you can keep it from getting worse or minimize the damage.
Absolutely. And that's what I do. That's what you do. You can't prevent it.
It's very, very possible that no matter how healthy you are, no matter how you treat your body, that maybe you will wind up with cancer.
Yes.
It's a possibility.
It happens
you might
lot.
You might eat really well, you might get plenty of sleep, you might manage your stress and exercise and be strong and healthy and feel amazing and still wind up with cancer.
Yes.
It's possible. But if you have done all of those things to have this strong, healthy body, your quality of life living through that cancer and your likelihood of coming out the other side being a functional human being are greatly improved.
Greatly improved. You've heard time after time of, how people respond to their cancer with, the mindset even. Just having the mindset of, I'm going to do everything that I can, as opposed to there's nothing I can do.
Right. And that's with anything, physical or mental, anything that you are going through, no matter what it is. Maybe you have 200 extra pounds of weight on your body.
Right.
And you're like, well, I'm already here. So maybe I'll just wait until I have a little more energy and then I'll start moving.
Right.
Maybe I'll wait until this busy season of my life is over and then I'll start moving. Or you can start making small steps towards feeling better now.
Yeah.
So that when you get through this busy season, you can put even more into it.
Effort.
And
Yeah.
if you want to talk about those small steps that you can make, we're talking like 5-10 minutes a day, small steps that you can make that will change your health, your mindset in a big way. We're here for you.
Yes.
You can reach out. You can send us a message. We would love to talk with you about that.
When I was in the midst of my anxiety disorder, I didn't say, well, when I start feeling better,
Right.
that's when I'll start working on, how to help myself. I had to, in the moment, after I'm on the floor, after I've had a panic attack, I spoke with my husband and I said, I've got to do something now.
Yeah.
And that's when I just started with one change. My husband was big into morning routines, and he said, why don't you get up in the morning before the kids get up? He said, and, maybe read a little bit about, mindset and things and see if there's anything that you can learn that can help you.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. So I made a decision then. I'll get up in the morning, and I picked a book.
Did you do it because it was easy?
No. I didn't like mornings at the time.
You didn't do it because you thought it would be fun?
No.
Because you really wanted to?
At that point, I didn't read anything that was nonfiction at all.
Yeah.
And, but I picked up The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
That's a good one.
And I immediately, I just said, I'll just read for like 20. I love to read. Like, I love to read, but I didn't like to read that. I wanted like mysteries. But I said, I'll read 20 minutes. And that 20 minutes just led to everything. Just changing one thing.
Yep.
Getting up in the morning and just saying, I will do this just to stop the bleeding. I will do this.
Because that one thing on top of another one thing on top of another thing, it builds momentum.
Yeah.
And it compounds, and that compound effect leads you to dramatic results. I shared recently a picture of myself with a before and after of my 85-pound weight loss. At this point, I actually think it's closer to 90. I don't know. I've lost track. 80+ pound weight loss, right? So dramatic shift in my body over the course of the last decade.
Yeah.
And somebody said, how did you do that?
Yeah.
And I said, little baby steps done consistently over time. Because when you say, well, I will be this strong, healthy person when I've lost 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, but what are you now? And if you start seeing yourself as that strong, healthy person who can do these things, then you will lose the 50 pounds.
Yes.
It will happen. You put yourself there mentally before you put yourself there physically.
Yeah. You can't wait to feel better before you start making the changes.
Right.
Go grab the sandbags in the middle of the storm and start putting them on top of each other to stop the flood from happening. It's little changes. So if you are at the point today that you are so overwhelmed, you are just stressed to the point that you feel you can't keep going.
Yep.
You can't wait. You don't have the time to wait, because let me tell you, stress will make you very, very, very sick.
Yep.
Very sick. And there's not going to be a time that feels right to you, because after you get through this thing, another thing will happen. Another thing will happen. Another thing will happen. You have to make a decision now. Make the decision now to make a change, a small change. Even if it's getting up in the morning, if I'm feeling really anxious and saying, I'm going to say gratitude. I'm going to start my day with gratitude. Or if it's, you don't know what to do, ask. Say, you know what? I'm going to ask someone for help. I'm going to look for someone that has been where I've been. And that's going to be my first step. Just asking for help. What did you do? Asking Lauren, what did you do to change?
When I was deep in a binge eating disorder, it felt like it would just control me forever. Forever. Like I would never be free of it.
Yeah.
And it's just those little things that you do to remind yourself, I got this. It's okay. I am not a binge eater.
Yes.
I do binge eat sometimes.
Yes, but that is not who I
am. And when you stop identifying with these things that really make you feel miserable, and you start identifying with this person who you really want to be, things will start to shift.
They will.
Yeah, it's
Your
profound.
path is illuminating. And so with anxiety, I had to talk to my spouse. That was my first step. And then, listening to the feedback, not fighting with the feedback. Maybe that's the second step, to stop fighting yourself and to really listen.
Yep.
And then making the decision. I was going to get up and I was just going to read, just open myself up to the possibility of change. So it's step by step, but the time is now. You cannot prevent the storm. You cannot prevent the stresses, but you can 100% change your reaction to them when they show up.
So that when now when anxiety hits or stress hits, because you
I
still have that in your life.
It will come up.
Then
Yes.
you are much more resilient. You bounce back.
I
You're
know
like, oh, I
what
feel
to
that
do.
anxiety. I know what to do. If there's something that I really like to eat, or
Yes.
some way that I like to be, that maybe I was a habit that I noticed
Right.
that I used to do that isn't one of my healthy habits that I do now. And I'm like, oh, that sounds really nice. Maybe I do participate in eating the whole thing of Oreos. I'm just saying, it's happened before.
It's happened before.
But my body is stronger. And that
Yes.
doesn't mean I'm going to eat an entire thing of Oreos every day for the next month. That just means that I ate some Oreos.
Yes. You had a place, you stopped, you were at that place, and then you picked up and you kept moving.
Exactly.
That's the difference. We are teaching you how to keep moving instead of going to that place and setting up camp and having a residency there.
Yep.
We're teaching you how to keep moving.
We're not trying to forward our mail.
No, she still has, days where she doesn't feel great about herself.
Yep.
I still have days that I don't feel great about myself.
Yep.
I still have days where I experience anxiousness. But do I say that it's my anxiety anymore? No. I know what it is.
No.
I know what I can do with it then. And I keep moving forward. It's not about prevention. It's about being resilient.
That's right. You got this. We're here for you. In the meantime, we have a couple of other podcasts that you can check out to get you started moving in that direction.
Absolutely.
One about gratitude, one about a morning routine that can get you started. We also have a 30-day mindset bingo that you can participate in. It's a 30-day mindset reset that can help you to start making those changes for yourself in your own life.
Little prompts, so fun, so simple, and really a daily challenge. Your brain loves to have like a prompt. You don't even have to think about it. We did the thinking for you.
We'll even send you text reminders.
Yes. Come on.
Yep.
There's no excuse.
Just find the link below, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, friends.